Thanks again for joining me here on my YouTube channel. My name is Stephen Balsley, and I'm here at Lake Wingra in Madison, Wisconsin, sharing some elements of my yoga practice and teaching with you. One of the more interesting questions that comes up in a lot of yogis' practice as they're developing more movements and more poses is, how do I work my way into a handstand? Now, what I want to offer in this video today isn't actually how to do a handstand, but instead a series of poses that you can take to help build some strength and flexibility towards a handstand practice. In order to do this video, you do need two blocks or books, something that's large enough for you to move your foot over, but also wide enough for you to ground into. So if you want to pause real quick and find that, go ahead. From here, we're going to start in a cat-cow position. So what we're going to do is we're going to find our knees hip distance apart. If you want to test that, you should be able to get two fists between your knees. Find your hands directly underneath your shoulders. For each of these, I'm going to show the pose first, and then we're going to move through it. We'll start by dropping our collarbone down to the mat and looking up. Cow pose. Then as you exhale, curl out your spine, drop your head between your elbows. Cat. All right, we'll take this 5 times. So dropping your collarbone down, inhale, look up. As you exhale, curl out your spine. 1. Inhale, look up. Exhale out. 2. 3. 4. 5. All right, from here, we're gonna take some seated tuck presses. So sitting back into your heels, ground down into your heels. To take this pose, what we're going to do is we're gonna inhale, rise up onto our knees. Then as you exhale, you're gonna hinge down. You're gonna find your hands about half the distance that you found for that tabletop. Grounding your thumb and your pointer finger down into the mat. You're gonna press into the tops of your feet. You're gonna lift your hips. You're gonna drop the crown of your head. Then, coming all the way back down to the mat, you're gonna sit all the way down. We're gonna take 10 of these, okay? So inhale, rise up onto your knees. Exhale, come down, plant your hands. Inhale, lift your hips, press the tops of your feet. Exhale, all the way back to your hips. 1, inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, all the way back to your heels. 2, inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale, all the way back. 3, inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, all the way back. 4, inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, all the way back. 5, inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, all the way back. 6, inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale, all the way back. 7, inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale, all the way back. 8, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 9, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 10. From here, bring your feet out from underneath. Bring your feet as wide as the mat. Find your hands down by your hips. Grip your thumb and your pointer finger into the mat. Find length through your collarbone. A lift through the crown of your head. Now find those two things, whether blocks, books, whatever they are. Bring them to the either side of your right foot. Now what we're going to do is we're going to move our foot by lifting our foot in between and outside of the block. So what you want to do to show it first is we're going to bring our right foot inside, middle, outside, middle. All right, we're going to do 10 of those, both sides. This is super fun. Try to stay long through the collarbone, engaged through the crown of the head the entire time. Ready, here we go. Inside, middle, outside, middle. 1, middle, outside, middle. 2, middle, outside, middle. 3, middle, outside, middle, 4, middle, outside, middle, 5, middle, outside, middle, 6, middle, outside, middle, 7, middle, outside, middle, 8, middle, outside, middle, 9, middle, outside, middle, 10. Switch, left leg. I know, super fun, right? Okay, again, we want to stay long. I notice in my own practice that what happens is I start to sit back as the pose moves forward, right? Use your core, engage up and in. Left side, ready? We'll go inside, middle. Let me get a little wider here. Outside, middle, 1, middle, outside, middle, 2, middle, outside, middle, 3, middle, outside, middle, 4, middle, outside, middle, 5, middle, outside, middle, 6, middle, outside, middle, 7, middle, outside, middle, 8, middle, outside, middle, 9, middle, outside, middle, inside, 10. All right, take your blocks, set them aside for a moment. From here, bring the bottoms of your feet together. Heel toe your heels up towards your sit bones. Take your fingers between every one of your toes. Take your elbows in front of your shins. We're gonna cat-cow here 5 times. So we're gonna inhale, look up. Then as you exhale, you're gonna curl your spine. Inhale, look up. Exhale out. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. Exhale. From here, crossing over at the ankles, rock up. Find yourself in a standing pose. Now, what we want to do is bring our feet as wide as our arms. So our ankles are directly underneath our wrists. Now, from there, you're going to find your blocks. You're going to put your blocks directly behind your feet. So again, this works with a book. Anything you can really balance on. Find the block directly behind your feet. Find your second toe in line with your heel. Find your feet as wide as your wrist. Now we're going to start by working our hamstrings back and forth. So what we're going to do is we're going to bend our right knee. We're going to sit down into the ball of our right foot. We're going to bring our left toes up towards the sky. Now leaving your hips low, ground your left toes. Bend your left knee. Ground your right heels. Bring your toes up towards the sky. Now come back halfway. Bring your hands directly underneath your shoulders. Grip your thumb and your pointer finger down into the mat. Now from here, step your right foot up onto the block. Step your left foot up onto the block. Step your left foot back down. Step your right foot back down. Now bend your left knee. Right toes up. All right, you see what we're gonna do here? Back and forth. Stay low. All the way. Left toes up. Back halfway. All 10 toes, one direction. We start left foot first this time. Left foot up to the block. Right foot up to the block. Left foot back down. Right foot back down. Bend your right knee. Shift your weight over, left toes up. Leave your hips low. Right toes up. Halfway back. Hands underneath shoulders. Grip the floor, grip the mat. We start right foot first, then left. Right foot down, left. Bend your left knee, come over. Stay low. Right knee. Come back halfway. All 10 toes in the mat. We start with the left foot forward first this time. Left foot block. Right foot block. Left foot down. Right foot down. One more time each side. Right foot. Low. Left foot. Low halfway. Right foot first. Left foot. Right foot. Left foot back down. Bend one side. Bend the other. Stay engaged to the ball of the foot. Come back halfway. Hands underneath. Left foot first. Right foot. Ground into your hands. Left hand back down. Right foot. From here, we'll find Mulasana. So walk your feet in a third of the way. Ground your heels down. Bring your hands inside of your knees. Press your palms together. Drop through the crown of the, drop through the pelvis, reach to the crown of the head. I almost said it right. From here, bring your hands back down. Rise all the way up. Set your blocks aside. From here, we're going to take 3 poses in a row. 2 of them we're going to do for a hold for time. The third one we're just going to take a series of. So the first pose we're going to do is we're going to do a plank. So in plank, we want to find our hands directly underneath our shoulders. Our hips pressed out, down towards the floor. Engagement through our Mula Bandha. Squeeze up and in through your pelvis. Press through your heels. All right. The second pose that we're going to take is hollow back. In a hollow back, what we're going to do is we're going to rock to the small of our back. Our shoulder blades stay off the mat. Our legs stay off the mat. We reach our fingers up and over. We look up through our hands. The third pose we're going to do is a squat. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a squat 10 times. We want to find that Mulasana position. So our toes pointed out about 45 degrees. We're going to bring our hands in front of us. We're going to squat down into our heels. We're going to rise back up. All right. Those are the 3 poses. We're going to do this. So we'll start with plank. What we're going to do is we're going to hold plank for 30 seconds. We're going to hold hollow back for 30 seconds. Then we're going to do 10 squats. All right. Then we're going to do it 2 more times. Awesome. All right. So start with plank. Find your hands underneath your shoulders. Find a good plank pose. Let's start here. 30 seconds. Grip down into the floor. Find your thumb, your pointer finger. Find your breath. No big deal. You're already 10 seconds in. No big deal. Reach through the crown of the head. Press out through the heels. Nice and engaged. Good, strong core. Find your breath. 10 more seconds. Okay, lower your knees. Come all the way around. Come to your back. Ground to the small of your back. Lift your feet out in front of you. Your feet stay about 8 inches away from the mat. Press out through your toes. From there, your hands come up and over. You look behind you. 30 seconds. Leave your shoulder blades off the mat. Ground into the small of your back. Breathe. Ten more seconds. 5 more seconds. Rise up. Come to a standing position. All right. Feet Mulasana distance apart. Toes out 30 degrees. Hands out in front of you. Ready? 10 squats. All the way down. All the way up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Back to plank. 2 more times. 30 seconds. Find your pose. See if you can do this without too much of a pause in between. Finding your pose. Finding your breath. Slow things down. Obviously, you can do this for longer than 30 seconds aside. Totally fine. Totally cool. We're just doing 30 seconds today. Maybe tomorrow you do 35. Maybe you work your way up to a minute. It's cool. Go for it. 10 more seconds. Five more seconds. Lower your knees. Come all the way to your back. Ground the small of your back down into the mat. Feet out in front of you. Hands up and over. Leave your shoulder blades off the mat. Look up. Find your breath. Halfway. Good work. Five more seconds. You can hold this. Breathe there. Rise all the way up. 10 squats. Feet out in front of you. Hands out long. Stay engaged. Down, up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Third time. Let's go. See if you can just move right into it. 30 seconds, plank. Find your hands underneath your shoulders. Reach through the crown of the head. Engagement through the core. Find your breath. Find your breath. Slow things down. Listen to your breath. 10 more seconds. Lower your knees down to the mat. Rock to the small of your back. Hands up and over. Hollow back. 30 seconds. Find your breath. Halfway there. Good work. Keep going. Find your breath. 10 more seconds. Three more. Rise all the way up. 10 squats. Bring your feet wide. Turn your toes out. Hands in front of you. Down, up, down, up, down. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Rise up. Come to the back of your mat. Inhale, bring your hands up towards the sky. Exhale, hinge down. Walk your hands forward. One more movement, one more pose. We're going to press our way back to down dog. And we're going to take some frog hops to stop, to end our practice. So you should be feeling it in your arms, a little bit of maybe a little bit into your core. So if you want to take an extra second here in down dog, that's cool. If you want to watch me one time do this, that's fine. What we're going to do is we're going to take 5 of these. So what you're going to do is you're going to shift your weight forward slightly, gripping your thumb and your pointer finger down into the mat. From there, you're going to hop up, touch your feet, and come all the way back to down dog. Shift your weight forward. Okay, let's do 5 together. Shift your weight forward into your fingers. Rise up, touch the bottoms of your feet. Come all the way back. 1, rise forward. 2, rise forward. 3, rise forward. 4, rise forward. 5, ground the tops of your feet, bring your knees as wide as the mat. Settle all the way back. Find child's pose. Drop your forehead down to the mat, bring your hands out in front of you. Find your breath. As you start to find your breath, come back. Come all the way back to hero's pose. And rise up. Now, some nice variations in that practice if you want to take them. 1, instead of doing squats, if you have a wall near you, you can do a 30-second wall sit. It's another nice way. What we're really trying to do is engage our core in the middle of all that, right? So we're working our arms, our lower back, our core, and then we're working some flexibility. So you can do it with doing a wall sit. Totally fine. The other thing, if you want to add it in, after we do the frog hops, you can find a nice wall and do a timed hold. Now, a timed hold means coming up into handstand, your feet find the wall. When you find the wall, you then time how long you went. The goal is to add to that, right? The goal is to build strength over time. This sequence isn't going to guarantee that you're going to do a handstand, right? That doesn't matter. It's not the importance of doing the pose that we're working on. It's the strength and the process around it, building that effort, building that energy, building into the poses. So if that works for you, if that's the type of pose that you want to work on, great. If there are other poses in here that you want to add in, that's awesome. You can add length to any of these. You can add sequence to any of these. Obviously, you can do more. I like this because it helps build a little bit of strength into my arms and my shoulders. It also helps me engage my core. Hopefully you find some help in it too. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to hit me up in the field below. I watch over those things pretty closely. As always, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for doing this practice. Be kind, be safe. Think about your words before you use them. Consider their intention and their impact. Thank you. Have a great day.